This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome, everybody, to 90 Day Fiancé Fridays on a Sunday to talk about another thrilling episode of Happily Ever After. What's good? Oh, you're muted, George.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to do that again? Do you want to do it again? Because that was kind of awkward.
It's up to you. I mean, it is a comedy show, so it doesn't have to be perfect.
Sorry, I was muted. I was talking the whole time, but I was muted.
No, let's just keep going. Who cares? Okay, it's funny.
Yeah, so I didn't do a live tonight. I usually do a live reaction after show to the episode, but there wasn't a lot going on tonight. It was almost like a filler. You know how you're watching like a filler episode or like a filler scene? Like every scene was a filler scene. So there was too much Brandon and Julia tonight that I almost turned it off. Like I was like, man, like I there's not enough hard drugs in the world to shoot up for me to watch this. So I was just like, I don't know what to do. I was like, it was just too much between the Brandon and Julie, and it was like every scene it was them again and again. I was like, I can't take this much of two personality-less people. Like I just can't. And then they're like selling their, oh, we don't want to have kids, but she's fucking pregnant. And then we want to go travel, but we can't afford it. And I was like, these are like baby storylines. Like it's like they just hired somebody fresh out of like school. Like this is the worst possible storyline. So like, yeah, it was a lot for me to get through. And it really made me realize that the producers of 90 Day Fiancé are trying to get the show canceled. Like I think they're actively working towards getting the show canceled because that's the only explanation for this season, right? Like who was in the boardroom and they aired this season to everyone and they were like, oh, this is great. This is amazing.
It must be like the same producers for like the last 10 years, whatever, where it's like, you know, when you're in the same person, the same job for like, and you have a powerful job, but you've been in that position for like 10 years and you just kind of phone it in. So I feel like that's probably what's going on.
Well, can we fire them? Like I have half a mind to apply so I can fire all the producers and then I'll just quit. Because I was like, can somebody just go in there and hire people that'll actually like cast legit couples and stop the Shakarpers and the Tiger Lilies and the Brandon and Julias and the Lauren and Alexi's? Like, I just need one.
Yeah. No, I mean, again, I don't want to. Well, I don't really care at this point. It's our podcast. We can do whatever we want, but like, and not to turn this into a Love Island podcast every episode now, but it is like refreshing on Love Island. Now you could tell the producers are like really putting in their thinking caps and how, you know, how can we put in twists and how can we like break up people and how can we force people to like go against their friends and like fuck with people. So I feel like they're using their brains a little stronger.
I mean, in the beginning, the show, they used to try. Right? Like they used to try, they would go out of the box and cast people that didn't look ideal. They didn't look like reality stars. Like they really did try. But now, like you said, they're just like, oh, Shakarper. Yeah, well, they look like reality stars. Let's just cast them and then we can create a fake storyline later. You know, like they're just phoning this shit in. And it's like tonight I was just like, damn. This is so bad, right? Like usually I can get through the episode. I remember the days when I was excited to watch the show, but like tonight I was just like, ooh, I could be doing something else. Like I really was thinking like that. I was like, I could have done something else tonight. Like what the fuck am I doing?
Well, normally we always save Jasmine for the end, but I feel like at this point we shouldn't worry about that. But I don't know how much, if Gina, you managed to watch the rest of the 90-day episode, but there was a Gina in the Jasmine scene. I wonder if you saw that.
No, I didn't because I was watching Love Island.
Well, George, you saw the Gina, right?
Yeah, I saw the Gina, the ultrasound tech lady or whatever. I saw Gina and she was like, "Oh, that's my husband's name, Chino, or whatever." And it was a really stupid scene. It reminded me of when you're watching Seeking Sister Wife, or wait, is it Seeking Sister Wife? Yeah, when you're watching the Sister Wife shows and they walk into a restaurant and then they're like, "Oh, this is my husband and these are my 65 wives." Like they have to make it really awkward right away, even though nobody asked. I felt like
Mhm.
one of those scenes because I was like, yeah, this is how they do when they all go out to eat on Seeking Sister Wife. The husband's like, "Oh, this is my wife, and that's my other two wives, and these are our kids, and we all bang each other." And the receptionist at the restaurant's just like, "So how many people
Mhm.
at your table? Like, I didn't ask you any of those things. Like, why would you tell me that?" It was one of those scenes.
True. By the way, I'm like jumping around, but like, so were you shocked when Jasmine was like devouring those ribs?
I was shocked, actually. Yeah, I was surprised that she was eating meat because she was definitely a hardcore vegan.
Hmm.
'Cause, I think a lot of people know in the past, Jasmine and I were friends, and we've had many, many, many conversations about veganism and things like that. And she even explained to me that she was a vegan for health reasons. It wasn't a vanity reason. She said that things I'm not going to discuss the health stuff she discussed with me, but it was for health reasons that she was a vegan. So the fact that I saw her just chowing down on ribs on the show tonight was a little shocking, right? I was just like, "Oh wow," because she was such a huge what do you call it? Ambassador for veganism. She was like a Jehovah's
Hmm.
Witness for it. She tried to convert everybody. So when I saw her eating the meat, I was like, damn, that's crazy. I would never have put money on it that she would have done that.
True. Give me 1 second. I want to chat GPT a question that I was going to ask, but I want to see something. Uh, Hang on there.
I just saw the I just saw the comment in the chat. Iggy was like, "I thought you said stinking sister wife." That's funny. Stinking sister wife. No, seeking sister wife, which actually fun snippet or tidbit, that show
Hmm.
premieres tomorrow. So if you guys are into the Seeking Sister Wife show with the Merrifields,
Hmm.
I think his name is Garrick Merrifield. They're back and he's courting another black girl. So if you guys are into that, that'll be on tomorrow. That and tomorrow, actually, the other way will be cut down to 1 hour for the
Hmm.
rating of the season. Um,
True. But by the way, so the question that I was, or the thing I was like researching, I was curious if like pregnant vegans, like if they have to like adjust their diet or whatever. So the answer I got from like Chat GPT real quick was like, and I mean, it's like I got the long answer, but the short of it is pregnant vegans can stay vegan, but they usually need supplements, especially B12, vitamin D, whatever DHA is, and possibly iodine and careful meal planning. So that answers that question.
Well, yeah, you don't have to eat meat. I think Matt was like, "Oh, the child needs like meat." You don't have to eat meat. And I think a lot of people don't realize, I was raised in a religious cult, so I've read the Bible like over 1,000 times. So back in the day, years and years back, humans never ate meat.
Mhm.
Humans were vegetarians and animals were not food, and we all lived in harmony or whatever. If you go back to Mesopotamia and all that shit. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, you have to eat meat. That's where you get protein." There's a billion places you can get protein other than cutting the head off of a cow. But a lot of people are just like, "Oh no, you got to slaughter some animals and eat them." You people were having healthy babies hundreds of years ago without eating any cattle. So yeah, you
Mhm.
don't have to actually eat meat to produce a healthy kid.
True. By the way, like, oh, if you're curious, somebody sent me, I haven't posted it or whatever, but like, I know everyone's all like, they get obsessed with like the timeline of Jasmine's pregnancy or whatever. And I'm not sure if like that sonogram was around like 6 months, but I could send it to you. So someone sent me like a screenshot of the sonogram scene. And like on the like screen, the date is like 11/18/2024. So that's around 6 months was around November, supposedly.
Wait a minute. Stop it. Stop it. So
Let me send you the photo too in
send it
text, and
to
I can
you
put it in
right
Patreon too.
now. Right now. So 11/18.
Okay, I've texted to you, but then now for our listeners, I'm gonna put it into Patreon as well. And I have not posted this on social media yet,
Oh,
but
so I guess when you zoom in, you can see the date. Yo, yeah. So 11/18/2024. So this was actually done the same week, right? As the tell-all. Wasn't the tell-all done that week? 11 2024?
That sounds familiarly correct.
Like
Yeah.
the same week. Interesting. So, okay, so who's good with math? Because I need to know when 9 months would be if she was
Yeah. So I think like somebody said, well, the person that sent me that screenshot said she's probably around like 6 months or something in the thing.
6 months. So let's say, well, no, that would equal February 18th, which is right around the time that she announced she gave birth to that baby. So do you think that her announcement was accurate?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to process it.
Yeah, because she announced in February around Valentine's Day that no, I think that's when she announced she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first baby picture was with her and Matilda was in April. We discovered after the photographer or whatever took down the pictures, like it was on the day before she made that picture of that baby, of Matilda and her.
All right, so yeah, that timeline is okay. So she did give birth in February, and I think that was what we speculated. And then she
Mhm.
made the announcement about 5 weeks later that she gave birth, and we were like, "Huh, so weird." About 5 or 6 weeks after you gave birth, you say you gave birth. So it's adding up because
Mhm.
you for a fact when she announced in February. Well, actually, we were like when she announced in February that she was pregnant, we were positive that she had already given birth to the child. Because that was what the
Yeah.
thing was. They were like, oh, she just announced she's pregnant, but she gave birth to that kid already because, babies can't cook for more than 9 months. I mean,
Mhm.
they can, but there's going to be hella complications with that. So I think that we're finally going to get a real due date and what's the not conception date, birth date. Yeah, birth date. We're gonna get an actual date from that because she's been really good at hiding these dates. So the show finally slipped up and we got a sonogram date, which is interesting to say the least.
Though, like Nicole in the chat brings up an interesting point. She says, like, on the tell-all, she looked way more pregnant or something.
She did. She did look really pregnant, but a lot of people are also said at the time that she padded her stomach on the tell-all because they wanted to make it more evident
Oh.
she was pregnant. So they were like, they padded her stomach. Like they put, I don't know what you call the thing that you wear
Hmm.
and it goes over your stomach and it adds shape to your stomach.
Oh, I think that sounds valid to me, probably.
Yeah, a lot of people said that she wasn't as pregnant at the tell-all, but since they wanted that to be the spectacle of the tell-all, they added some depth to the gut. So people they wanted it where she walked in and it was undeniable that she was with child because they wanted it to be the main topic of the tell-all. That's why they had her arrive after the tell-all had already started because she needed to come in and cause a disruption.
Yeah,
So if
and
my
then
math is mathing correctly, so if she went in to do her first sonogram at 6 months, and she gave and Jasmine, when her posts were done in April, and we discovered that photographer had tagged her and then we took it down. That was also in April. It would mean the sonogram is when she went in at 6 months, when she went in at 6 months, because today she posted a video that Matilda just turned 6 months.
oh, by the way, like I'm using I'm like on ChatGPT. So then I asked ChatGPT, like, when do you do a sonogram to discover the sex of the baby? So the response is the baby's sex is usually determined during the mid-pregnancy autonomy ultrasound, which is typically done around 18 to 22 weeks of pregnancy.
Well, 22 would be 6, but you could go with 18, which would be about a month earlier or 4 or 5 weeks earlier. So technically, she could have been about 5 months at the time of the sonogram.
Yeah, so
They padded her belly up for the tell-all. It's possible. Like, I mean, maybe we'll never really get a real date on,
mhm.
but I think it's very easy to say that she probably was not as
Yeah,
good as it looked.
yeah. So I think, yeah, so like 18, what is it called? What did I say? Like 18 to 22 weeks. So that's so the 18 is 4 months and 2 weeks, and 22 weeks is 5 months and 2 weeks. So it's probably more so around 5 months along versus 6 months along.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too because in the beach scene, she looked pregnant, but not as pregnant as she did at the tell-all. So yeah, I agree with that.
True. So I don't know. Anyway, I don't know if we need to spend more and more time on it, but
No, we don't need to do an analyzation because her math ain't mathing, and then it makes us do this like limbo math trying to figure out her timeline.
true. No, I'm gonna go to my live tweets, if you will, and then there was a couple things that I posted that were on the same scene. But for one, when Matt was all like upset, not really upset, but he wanted a boy and it ended up being a girl, and then Jasmine's response was, "Fuck the boy, men are useless."
Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah, she said that men are useless, says the mother of a son.
Hmm.
So that's a weird thing to say. And then I was just like, but you've been in the US and you haven't worked one single day at the hand of men, right? You're living in a man's house because you don't pay no rent. And like to say that men are completely useless is a diabolical statement for me because I was like, her life was, made possible by men. Right?
Hmm.
Like, literally, you're here because a man brought you here and let you come here, and then your thanks to that man was to bang somebody else and get pregnant. So I was just like, that's a diabolical statement, but cool. It doesn't surprise me, and nothing that comes out of her mouth surprises me anymore. But that was a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, and then like the other thing I tweeted where she said the world is not prepared for this, and my caption said, "And ladies and gentlemen, that's how the world's most insufferable mommy influencer came to be."
Yeah, we're still not ready, and unfortunately, neither her other two kids. They weren't ready either, but it is what it is. It happened, and I thought I saw Captain's tweet, and she had a picture. It was two boys watching a TV screen, and it said Jasmine's other two kids watching their replacement gender. And I
Yeah.
I loved it. It was such a good tweet, and I was like, that's probably exactly how they found
Mhm.
out, right? That's literally how they found out.
Let me go. I'm gonna go find that tweet because I think I saw it, but I scrolled by it with. Oh yeah, I see it now. Jasmine's kids waiting for the gender reveal of the child that replaced them. All right, I mean, let me do a retweet on that.
That was the most valid and accurate tweet of the night. I was like, okay, you win the internet again tonight because that was really good. Because I was like, imagine the other two kids like, mommy said that she went to go get some milk and she never came back. And then they turn on the TV and there's their mommy revealing that they're being replaced by a new kid. Like that is literally
She's like Nelson's dad from The Simpsons that went to go buy a pack of smokes and never came back.
never came back. Exactly.
Mhm.
She probably told them, oh, I'm going to America to get some cigarettes. I'll be right back. And she never came back.
True. So that was most of Jasmine's drama. Okay, let's go. The only thing, and then there was a Darcy like anniversary thing, and she had a red veil on, and I said it was reminiscent of like it was a meme, but like Game of Thrones and the Red Wedding. And then the other part was like she fucking puked after drinking too much, and I took a screenshot of the puke and posted it on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw. It was gross. I don't know why people think we want to see that. That was a lot. But, her scenes were exactly what I expected them to. And unfortunately, Stacy and Florian didn't bring anything to the storyline. They were there, but it didn't change
Mhm.
anything. It was still really boring. And I was tired and I don't know, exhausted of all of the scenes. The party wasn't as cool, I was hoping for like a more fun party. I guess Darcy had fun, but I guess that's the only way you can have fun when you're at such a dead party. You got to get shit faced because it was such a dead party. There was nothing going on. There was no music. There was nothing those are parties that I leave early from because I was just like, damn, this is boring as hell. Like I would definitely have
Mhm.
left 2 hours early if I was there.
True. Oh, and then not to like go. I know we were like done with Jasmine and all, but the only other thing I posted like on Twitter and Instagram that I thought was kind of funny is like when I posted like it was a picture of her like getting the sonogram and they were like under boob was showing, and I said showing under boob during her gender reveal, how classy. And then my Instagram caption was like, geez, it's supposed to be a gender reveal, not a booby reveal. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Well, I'm not surprised. We all saw her stop, drop, and roll video. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. And any time that she can put her boobs on display, she does that.
Mhm.
So it doesn't surprise me. Also, did you see the drama going on Instagram with her? So she posted a video of her crying. That's not drama. That's a daily thing. But this
Mhm.
time, it was because she said that there's people that have teamed up to sabotage her daughter not winning a baby contest. So she entered a baby contest. You know those baby contests?
Mhm.
You put your baby in it and then you unknowingly send messages to all your friends asking them to vote.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She entered her baby into one of those contests where the prize is $25,000. And she said that there's people that have been going out of their way, like a group of people that are sabotaging her baby. And she's like, oh, the baby is innocent and you should, leave her alone. And I was like, well, what makes you think that it's fair, with your amount of followers for you to enter that baby contest against other people? Like I saw that there was someone else who entered who had went through an IVF situation. They're $100,000 in debt. Their baby was a huge blessing. And, this would have really helped them. But instead, Jasmine, who's already rolling in dough, decided that she wants to take the $25,000 from everybody else and buy more titties or whatever she does with her money. I don't know. And I just thought it's another huge testament of horrible character on her part, right? Like she's the most horrible person in the world. And I can't stress this enough. It's like you think it's fair that you could go on here and enter it knowing you have 500,000 followers and try to steal away 25.
By the way, I have to ask Gina, is George's mic doing a weird thing where it's going like quiet, then super loud, then quiet and loud?
No.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. All right, sorry. Go ahead, George. My bad.
Oh no, I was just saying I think, watching her cry in that video and she victimized herself in this situation as well. She was like, I can take it and you can be mean to me, but leave my daughter alone. And I saw a really valid comment underneath in it and said, your daughter will be fine whether she wins or loses this competition because she doesn't even know you entered her in it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's super valid, right? Because she made it seem like Matilda was gonna cry herself to sleep tonight because she wasn't able to win $25,000 for her unemployed mom. And the person was like, your baby's gonna sleep fine tonight, regardless, because the baby don't even know they entered the contest. And you know what other people do to get $25,000? They get a job, Jasmine. That's what people do. They get a job. Like she ain't never had no job since she got here, and now she's mad because people won't let her win $25,000 when there's people.
Do you guys want to hear what was her reasoning why 25,000 would impact her family?
Oh yes, please read it. Please,
Okay.
please read it. I would love
Winning,
to know why this succubus thinks she's entitled to $25,000.
okay, winning 25K would mean giving Matilda the stability and comfort every baby deserves. It would help me provide her with all the essentials, diapers, formula, clothes, and a safe home without the consistent stress of wondering how to make it all stretch. More than just covering needs, it would allow me to create little opportunities for her growth and joy, classes, toys, and experience that enrich her world. For us, it isn't just money, it's a stronger foundation for Matilda's beautiful future. Heart emoji.
Wow.
Was
Wow.
can we give that a 1-star review? No.
Wow. You know what else provides stability for your child's future, Jasmine? A job. That's what a lot of parents have when they give birth to their kids to make sure that they have a stable household. A goddamn job. A lot of people get up in the morning and go to work and they don't just take pictures of their nipples and post them online. Jasmine, if you want to give your child a stable life, close your legs and go to work, right? Like, what's so hard about that? It's super simple.
Sherry's laughing her ass off in the chat.
I mean, come on. That was the most ridiculous thing I've ever fucking heard in my life. Like, I would like to give my child some stability. Okay, so maybe get up off your ass and go to work. that might help your child with some goddamn stability. I know a lot of people like to give their children things. So you know what they do? They get up every damn morning at 6 o'clock in the morning and they go to a job that they don't like. A lot of people do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So I posted, what did I say in Instagram? I said Jasmine posts her kid all over Instagram and complains about any backlash, especially when she's trying to win $25,000 on some baby contest. Here's a novel idea. Maybe protect your kid and not post them 2,000 times in an effort to use them to grift.
Right. Right. She has been using this baby as a grifting mechanism. And I'm just worried. Like, it's like, is this like something that you love, or is this like something that you want to use to make you 25K? Because that's like a valid question at this point. Like, because her other two kids, she made it seem like she loved them, but now that they can't grade her 25K, like, she's not worried about them anymore. So, like, that's a valid fucking question.
Mhm. And then, like, when I posted that meme, I kind of memed her pretending like, well, yeah, and by the way, so yeah, that picture of their haircut was like bullshit, obviously.
I told you. I was like, come on now. I was like,
Yeah.
she loves herself too much to shave her head. And that, first of all, it ain't even all her hair. That's like extensions that she paid good money for. So there's no way. Like, if
Who
anything,
paid good money or Gino paid good money?
somebody paid good money. Maybe Matilda did at this point. Like, somebody paid good money. I don't know who. It wasn't Jasmine, because Jasmine ain't got no damn job. But somebody paid good money for that hair. So she wasn't shaving that off. So she was just trying to pull a 2007 Britney so people will stop dragging her. But guess what, Jasmine? As long as there's mud, I'm going to drag you. I am going to grab you and drag you up and down the mud puddle, because you earn that. You earn that.
As long as they're mud, it's gonna be slinged.
It's gonna get slanged. It's gonna get
Yeah.
slanged. It's already been brought. Okay, like, there's nothing that she can do to make anything that she's done right. Right? Like, everything that she's done on this show, what she's done to Gino, what she's done to Matt, what she's done to everybody, she has been victimized by so many people. And at the end of the day, the fact that she thinks that she's the victim shows the level of delusion. And I'm kind of irritated that we're still following along this delusional story, because I'm like, why are we even a part of this? Like, at this point, like, I don't even want to be a part of this. I feel weird even watching it. Like, I don't even want to be a part of this anymore.
Yeah, so like when I posted, I knew in the video, obviously she was whining about the contest, but I kind of turned it into a meme of, like I said, captioned it like, when you're faced with admitting you faked your haircut for clicks and likes. I mean, I knew the video wasn't about that, but I did my own meme. But then in the comments section, everyone kind of knew what the video was about. So here's what some of the comments on that post of mine. So here's some. It says, crying over a beauty pageant for your baby. What about your kids back home? Bum mother, sorry, not sorry.
Ooh, I like that one.
There's this one. It says, some of them are just explaining what she's whining about, but it's like this is from Lily, who's like a big Lily Bean, who's a big, I think she's a big fan of our podcast. She says, like, she's mental, she's crying about her kid in some contest. I guess she didn't get the memo that those contests are fake and no one actually wins them. They do them.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But we'll get into that later. But keep reading.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They do them for everything: babies, Inked magazine, Halloween ones, etc. People vote and pay for votes, and then you never hear of a winner. It's one of the biggest online scams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. So yeah, she's like crying over like some bullshit. Okay. Let's see what else. What other good comments? She's claiming, this is just the comments from, she's claiming there's a group protesting her daughter going into some beauty pageant. I'll take things that never happened for $200, Alex.
Yeah, you're right. She probably did this video, and there was nobody going against. She just wants more people to be aware that her daughter's in the pageant, so they'll vote. You're right. It was probably like a reverse
Yeah.
scam. They're like, oh, I feel so bad for this crying lady. Let me go vote for her little kid or whatever. Yeah, it was probably that.
Yeah, because if she had receipts of like whether it was like a post or something that said, "Hey, fuck Jasmine and her," and this contest, like if there was a post like that, she probably would have posted that post or something.
Well, right. And I mean, at the end of the day, she's not wrong in the fact that Matilda's innocent in this, because at the end of the day, Matilda did not ask to be born to a brainless mother and a spineless father. She did not. She's an innocent
Oh,
victim.
And then, and I'm kind of jumping around. It wasn't a gross on tonight's episode when she's like, "Oh, Matilda, she's not going to have my face because my face is all surgeried up." But it's all good when she's like a teenager, like 10 or 15. Then she can get her surgery to look all pretty.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, she tried to fix it at the end and be like, "I'm kidding. I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't do that or whatever." But I don't know if she was kidding or not. She probably was like, "Oh, I said that out loud," and then she
Yeah,
started, like envisioning the comments that she would get on Instagram, and she tried to like go back on it. I feel like she would though, right? I feel like
yeah,
she would definitely be one of those parents that there's those parents they take their 15-year-old to the tattoo shop and sign the paper and let the
mm-hmm.
15-year-old get a tattoo. I feel like Jasmine would take her 15-year-old to the plastic surgeon and get, new whatever her kid wants because that's just the type of mother she is. Because Jasmine's more of a I'm your friend person than your mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, she would totally do that.
True. And then I'm jumping around. So back to the Instagram comments. This one says, "Oh my God, I'm so happy Jasmine blocked me." Um, I, another one in the same vein. "I'm forever grateful she randomly blocked me years ago." Um, this one says, "If people still believe anything this woman says or does, I'm side-eyeing them." Um, "She's a sick individual. She needs to go back to Panama, take her away, banish her." Um, "Imagine inventing so much drama so you can use your baby to get 25K." Um, and then this one says, could she stoop any lower? Shame on you at sign 90 Day Fiance. We do not want to see her, Matt, or Matilda." This one says she's a hot mess. This says she was still in Panama when she set her plan in motion to manipulate Gino and get her to get her American citizenship. American citizenship the moment she realized Gino was an easy mark to take advantage of. She's been planning this and playing everyone for a long time. A few more comments. "I can't stand her like at all. I'm gonna have to quit watching the show if they keep her nasty self on it." What in the next comment? "What drama is she creating for attention now? She's so full of lies and drama. No one can keep up, including her." And then the final comment from Hannah, who's a listener of the podcast. She says she's having a meltdown because people are saying stuff about her baby, but that's on her for posting her on social media for views and money.
Yo, those were on point. I was very happy with that. I love hearing people that can see the true transparent picture. Because I had somebody comment today on something I said, and they were like, "You need to grow the fuck up. You don't know nothing. You don't know what it's like to be Jasmine." And I was like, "And I never will. I'll never know what it's like to be a lying, cheating succubus. I'll never know what that's like." I was like, that was accurate and valid. I'll never know what it's like to use people, including your own children, for your own gain. Like, I'll never know what that's like. But I love that all these people can see exactly who she is. Like it's like when you arrive somewhere and you're waiting for someone else to get there, and then when they finally get there, you're like, yes, now now you're here. Now we can move forward. So now everybody can see her transparently. Now we can move forward.
Yeah, and so yeah, I guess this turned into the Jasmine show, but there wasn't anything else to talk about.
Oh yeah, we weren't really given much to work with. So yeah, so let's talk about the Baby of the Year contest. So the Baby of the Year contest, somebody said it in the comments, which you were reading. This goes not just for babies. There's Pet of the Year too. It's a humongous scam, right? Where no one ever receives a check from these people. Okay, I'm gonna throw in allegedly because I don't have like
Yeah.
documents. So allegedly, but a lot of people, this has been going on for a long time, and I've had friends that had kids, and then they send me the little
Mhm.
for my baby, vote for my baby, and you got to log in with your Facebook and all this shit, and they never win. And one of my friends who entered the contest is super super famous. Okay, I'm not going to get into who it was, and their baby is a baby of a famous guy, and they didn't win. And I was like looking into it and I was like asking her about it. And she's like, yeah, it turns out, I heard that nobody ever gets any money. It's
Mhm.
yeah, and I was like, oh, so this isn't even a real thing because this thing has been going on for a long time. And actually, I have a friend who entered their cat and their dog or whatever in the pet one, and they got
Mhm.
a whole bunch of votes and they never won anything. So at the end of the day, I don't know like how the scam works. Like I don't know how they're getting money from people because I think you get one vote a day, and then if you pay a certain amount, you can do more votes. I think
Yeah.
that's probably where it's the money is coming in. Because
And I imagine the website it probably has like ads on it too, I imagine.
right, so every
No, there's no ads on it. and the star and and like you decide who will star in Variety magazine and take home 25,000. So there's no ads on it.
Okay.
Well, there's something up with that, right? Because I've never seen anybody that said they won the contest. So you know what? We'll do some research on it and we'll get back to y'all and tell y'all if we can come up with a baby that won $25,000. We'll do that. Before I just sit up here and say it's not real, you know what? I'll do some research and get back to y'all. But I'm telling
Well, on that website I sent with to the group chat, there was Meet Salon, which is quote unquote last year's baby of the year.
yeah, but is
Mhm.
She,
picture of the mom holding a $25,000 check though?
yeah, one of those like those huge checks like they do for the lottery.
Oh, so somebody actually won?
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to look into this more. Honestly, I want to look into it more because I think that there's something amiss of this whole little baby thing situation. But that's besides the point. Whether or not it's real or not, who cares? We just need to make sure that that succubus doesn't get 25K from this. That's what we really
Hmm.
need to make sure of because the fact that she won't get a job, but she's trying to get 25K for posting pictures of her baby online is crazy to me. Like that's crazy to me. Get a job.
Oh, and then, well, Gina, another way they make money is apparently, and let me just say allegedly, because we're researching on the fly. But when you upload like the profile of your baby, apparently the site, like you give them kind of rights over the photos.
Yeah, you do.
That
Yeah.
sounds like something that you should want to do though, because we don't know what they would use those photos for. Like, you don't want to give anyone the rights of a photo of your child, especially one that's
Hmm.
young they can't even speak. Because, like, what are they using it for? And, with AI and all these dangerous,
Hmm.
you don't want your baby's face popping up anywhere online that you didn't approve of. Like, that's a scary thing in itself.
Yeah, so they could resell the photos. Yeah, they could do weird shit with AI. Who knows? And they could do
Well,
a
that
eye stock. They could sell to like eye stock photo and shit like that.
Well, yeah, that might be the underground thing where they sell the photos on the fly. Like underground, they're selling them, on whatever dark web, whatever the hell people be doing online. That's weird. And that might be where they're really getting the money. They're selling pictures of babies to weirdos, right? Under the table. Like that might be where the 25K come from. Like who knows? Like at the end of the day, we just don't know. We have no clue. But the bottom line is, Jasmine, you don't deserve to win. Right, like that's the bottom line. You don't deserve to win. I hope the lady who spent 100 grand on IVF that had the baby, I hope she wins because that's a
Mhm.
real story that you want somebody to win for. Because there are people who literally will give anything to have a baby, go into debt to have a baby, and then there's married women who just get a boyfriend and cheat on their husband to get one. I want the lady who went through the IVF to get the money.
Yeah, that was the person that I know. It was the same contest.
Yeah, I want them to get it. They're more deserving than just somebody who cheated on her husband for fun. You know what I'm saying? Like that, they're more deserving. Whatever.
Mhm. And yeah, allegedly, because we're just whatever. This is an entertainment show. We're just talking shit. All right. Well, we all got to get to Love Island. Any other things you want to say?
You
Um,
guys are hilarious. I already watched it.
Wait, there might have been something. Let me check my
Oh,
tweets.
really? Really? We have
Because
Julie and Brandon and the three like blonde like the two amigas with like Lauren. Are you kidding me right now? And freaking Georgie and Stacy and Darcy. You really want to get into those topics?
wait, there was something about Brandon and Julia that I was going to talk about. No, I don't remember.
No, just selling her apartment or some shit.
Yeah, but
Having an apartment in Russia?
how did she have an apartment in Russia? Like, how did she afford it? That was my question. That where did she get it from? She hasn't had
Well,
a job.
wasn't she an exotic dancer or something like that in
She
Russia?
was a go-go dancer, which is not the
Okay, well then there you go.
that's not
There's
the
where that
same.
source of income came from.
That's not the same
Hmm.
as an exotic dancer. Go-go dancers aren't naked. And who was paying to watch her dance? No offense, but like no. Like if you were gonna hire a dancer, it wouldn't look like Julia. Like who would pay? Like I didn't. So the idea that she even had an apartment, I'm wondering if that's a storyline in itself. Because since the day she's arrived here, like Jasmine, Julie ain't never had no job. So the idea that she ever worked is kind of outrageous. Like I was just like, where'd you get an
It's a copy from Yara's storyline. When Yara had bought the apartment without Jovi knowing or whatever, in like Yugoslavia or something like that.
How's that apartment going? I never heard anything else about it.
Well, we don't
I
know.
don't know.
I never heard anything, but yeah. Anyway, they want to travel now because I guess they think that their marriage will be fixed if they go to Fiji or Bora Bora or I don't know.
Mhm.
So they think that that's what they want to do now. So their storyline, it's reaching so far and deep for a purpose that I think they've actually reached the core of the earth.
Mhm.
How far the reach has made at this point. Like they're literally searching through the ruins of underwater cities trying to find a purpose for that storyline.
Yeah, no, the whole traveling storyline is like that's uncreative.
Well, yeah, at this point, just fire them and get them off the show and hire somebody crazy, right? Oh, and we were talking about that Chloe and Johnny thing. So tomorrow we're gonna talk more about the new tea with Johnny because this is now his second appearance on 90 Day Fiancé franchise. So that'll be a fun topic that we'll talk about tomorrow. If you guys haven't
Yeah.
the post.
Oh, and then also I know like last Friday we were trying to figure out if like they edited Tiger Lily off the show, but I heard from her I don't think that's the case. I think they're just like they're still on the season. They probably cut some of like they probably like they probably the editors probably didn't find their scenes that entertaining, so they probably just like limited to how much you see of them. But I don't think it's because of any reason that they're like cut
But they
from the
didn't
show.
but they found Brennan and Julia's scenes to
Yeah, make it
Apparently,
make sense. Make it make sense.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that there was something controversial that happened in one of their scenes or storyline that they had to cut out. And
mhm.
it wasn't enough to fire them over, but it was like, we can't air this. I'm assuming, guys, allegedly assuming this has no truth to it, that Adnan said something extremely disrespectful towards any religion or race, because that's kind of
He already did that. He already did that.
but I'm
He
assuming
called.
that that was a major part of their storyline, and they decided that they didn't want to go that route, and they had to cut out like 3 or 4 episodes of them because it was based around that. That's just my theory, right? Because
Yeah.
he basically said that all Christians were morons or something in one of the episodes. So I was like, I'm sure that he took it a bit further than that, and the producers were like, you know what? There's a lot of issues and genocide and problems going on. We don't really want to go into that realm. So I think that they ended up cutting a lot of his scenes because, every time he opens his mouth, he's offensive. So I was like,
Sure.
that's probably what happened.
Yeah, but either way, you do expect them to be on the tell-all, like they're not gone or anything.
Yeah, I guess that they're not fired from the franchise. This isn't going to be like an Alina situation in Caleb or a Mahmoud and Nicole situation where they were fired or anything. They're just not being featured on this season for whatever reason. They're still employed by Sharp.
But nevertheless, before the season ends, I feel they're gonna pop back up like
Yeah,
in like 3 episodes or something.
Well,
maybe 4.
they would have
Yeah.
to have some sort of closure to the whatever story they're using. They can't, because the last time we saw them, I think, was when she gave birth in the hospital.
Yeah.
So yeah,
True.
to have something that would, follow up to that.
And then I don't really want to get into it. It's more of a Friday topic, but it's not really anything really to talk about. But because I haven't even like looked into it. But apparently, there's a photo of this is not related to Happily Ever After. There was a photo of Josh, the guy that went to China, hanging out with Faith.
Oh my God, I saw that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
So well, yeah, let's not get into it because
Let's save it till Friday.
I already have like 6 questions lined up. So let's just
You always have questions lined up.
let's save that for Friday because I have 6 questions just off the top of my head. So before I'm firing those off, let's not get into that. That's more of a Friday thing that we're going to talk about. But yeah, that was a very interesting photo because I noticed that Lauren has kind of disappeared from social media for a while, and then Faith pops up with Josh, and I was like, well, let me get my notepad because now I got questions.
Yeah, so well, I haven't really dove into it aside from the visual, so we'll save it for Friday.
Well, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to get into that because I want to know how this came about. Because I heard Josh was in
Hawaii.
Yeah, so yeah, I like I said, I can't wait to get into that.
Yeah, I'm curious. We'll get into it, but the only thing I guess again teaser, but my number one curiosity would be: did Faith visit Hawaii and see Josh, or did Josh visit the Philippines and see Faith? To me, that's like the most interesting question.
Yeah,
Josh probably visited the Philippines.
that was one of my top questions. So yeah, like I said, I can't wait to get into it, and I want to know if there's a relationship going on. Like, yeah, I'm gonna start firing off questions as soon as we get into that.
Yeah, oh, and yeah, we're gonna get into it. Now we're getting all. There must be a good topic because the only thing I feel like now I want to add to it. The only thing I want to say is because Josh is very asexual toward Lily, right? So then maybe like if he was with like a trans woman like Faith, maybe he would like get more freaky deaky. But anyway, we could say that for Friday.
Yeah, we'll unpack that tucked away situation. We'll definitely.
Oh, pun intended.
Mhm.
True. All right. Well, yeah, we have viewing to get to soon. I think we did a long show though. It's not like we did a short show.
Yeah, there was a ample enough to drag Jasmine tonight, which compliments to Jasmine because her actions are what gets her in the mud every week. So thanks, Jasmine. It's like you write our commentary for us. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and any cast members out there, when you tell me to like don't post about Jasmine, that just makes me want to post about Jasmine. So it's better to never say that to me.
Yeah, that's true. Telling us not to do something is going to make us do it. So do the opposite, and then maybe you'll get the results you're looking for.
True. So I guess on that note, let's do our outro. Thank you everyone for listening to 90 Day Fiance Fridays on
On a Sunday.
Sunday.
Peace out. Oh, one last thing before I end it. Lana's on episode 3 of Love Island Games already.
What? Lana, you're already in? The last time I talked to her, she said that she wasn't even into the show. So I'm actually excited to hear her take on that. So maybe on
I need to know what she thinks of Mert and all the other contestants. Yeah, but we can discuss
Okay.
that on Friday.
Yeah.
definitely like a little Love Island Games recap with Lana so we can get what she thinks of the show.
Yeah, we'll try to get Lana on there, talk about Love Island, or do a Wednesday show or something. We'll figure it out. But that's
We'll
about
figure
it.
it out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna end it. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Enjoy Love Island. Bye.
Peace out.